Man, it's been far too long. I barely remember this place. Yeah, I heard that too. Looks like I'm gonna have to go kick some horde ass. You're hilarious. But I doubt Anduin of all people is gonna lead us to... Oh my god. He's majestic. Yeah, I guess we better check it out. G'day and welcome to the first Telling Tales, where I choose a tale, then tell it. Now today's tale, I would like to share with you all what it's been like as a long-time WoW subscriber, leaving, having life with all of its hurdles get in the way of me being able to AFK at the gold mine on a daily basis, to then returning to the world of Azeroth after a hefty 2-ish year absence. And I'm talking barely following anything like news, patches, updates, much at all, on something that was a major part of my life for the longest time. But before we dive into it, I'm just going to get this out of the way real quick. Now I'm going to talk about the next expansion, by the way. What I really want to see is, now this may seem crazy, but hear me out, an actual expansion where the main focus is Horde versus Alliance. But I feel this is a better time than any for us to go back to war. So it would seem I got my wish. I mean, an expansion based on a war for Azeroth? Like, hell yeah. Should totally kick ass, right? Right? Well, guess we better get on with the video. Now, I feel I need to start this tale with a quick take of my history with World of Warcraft up to this point. I was a wee chubby nerd with addictions to Diablo 2, Dota, and Half-Life 2. Then suddenly, I saw the trailer for World of Warcraft. My head nearly exploded. November 2004, the game launches. I didn't have the money to get it at the time, but a friend did. I would stare longingly at my friend's screen as I watched him explore Azeroth for the first time. Shit yeah, I thought. Gonna get all up in that lack of sleep. Then I got to try it out for myself on said friend's account. Friend gets sick of my shit and bans me from using his PC every chance I got. So on the 26th of the 5th, 2005, boom! Started my very own account. Proceeded to no-life the game for the next 11 years, till... And now we are here. New PC and finally able to delve back into the cyber world of madness and memes. But I'm not going to pretend that it didn't take some serious thought as to whether or not I was going to come back to the world of Azeroth. At all. It felt so distant, like a fond memory of a friend you haven't spoken to in like forever. It seemed I wasn't part of the story anymore and everything else that went around my time with the game. Until I watched the Battle for Azeroth cinematic. But even with goosebumps rolling all over my body as the Dark Lady roared her war cry and the amazing display of healing from Brad Pitt, I still was reluctant and unsure. I felt so torn, alone. But then it happened.
Live another day.
After a quick download, I hit play. I was nervous, as I still hadn't bothered to read any updates since I had left. I mean, how different could everything possibly be exactly? But at the same time, I was extremely excited. Well, I thought, only one way to find out. Now, I don't even remember where or what my various characters were doing the last day I was online, but true to form, my monk, aptly named after my channel, was completely naked. Wait a minute. Is this a paradox? Oh well, fuck it. And I chose not to know why. So without even logging him on, I took that shiny boost token I got with my BFA purchase and slapped that son of a bitch down and logged straight onto my Warlock, Dry Reach. Now I want to make this point very, very clear. Directly after that first load screen, I have never felt so overwhelmed and confused in WoW ever. So there I was, standing in a cave in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, with notifications just slamming into my eye sockets. Talents had changed, this thing, that thing, oh look at this thing, hey did you hear about this thing, go click on that, go talk to this person, maybe start this quest. Meanwhile, having whatever I was doing at the time still all over my screen, my hotkeys were flashing, add-ons were telling me to go fuck myself, more and more and more info kept rushing at me. It felt like... So I dumped everything in my quest log and googled what the hell to do and smashed through Legion as fast as forsakenly possible. And what I gathered from my brief time with the expansion, I assume the story went something like... I can't see shit! I'm a mage! And I had arrived, the expansion I have wanted and dreamed about all those years ago. And well, yeah, so the starting area, the slapdown and undercity, ruins of Lordaeron, or the, pimped out sewer, whatever you want to call it, was pretty dope. Though I had to double take on the patch notes for mages as Jaina just rolls in and solos the joint, taking tips from Khadgar, I guess. Either way, the Alliance roll in and Mrs. Banshee Queen spits a few bars while Brad Pitt's hype man, MC Greymane, tries to defend his honor. But the Queen bounces, Jaina casts Mass Blink, and we are left with an epic stare down.
They can't wait to get started, and neither can I.
That makes two of us, King. I don't think Portland's gonna know what hit it after tonight. You talk about a house of fire, you're seeing it right here.
Yeah? Well, somebody better put out that fire, or this one's not gonna end well.
So the Queen asks me to bust some trolls out of Stormwind stockades. Yeah, right. After a nice relaxing walk through the streets of Stormwind and a little tussle at sea, the ex-cons and I headed for Wakanda. This big-ass temple seems cool and all, but like any expansion Blizzard makes, this massive and grand new base hub. But everyone just hangs out in Dalaran and Orgrimmar or Stormwind 90% of the time anyway. Such a waste. Well, whatever. I begin my journey to max level, choosing Vuldun as my first area to check out, and what would you know? Sand. Snake people, fox people, and alpacas. Me likey. Put down some zombie pirates and we Gucci. Next area. Nazmir. Now this zone was wicked. I absolutely loved the struggle of power between the blood trolls and the lower. The place looked beautiful, plus you got Coopers, dinosaurs, big ass frogs. Throw in some old god stuff and bang, solid area indeed. Oh, and this guy, Buon Zombie. Seriously, my new favorite chaotic neutral smack talking character in WoW to date. Nazmir had me yamaning for days. So it was at this point that I kinda noticed a lack of actual players cruising around while I was leveling, which I thought was odd as BFA had only been out for just over a month. Then a friend informs me about Warmode. Oh. XP and everything, huh? And special modifications to my abilities? Don't mind if I... Well, shit. So with my Warlock having a well-earned break at the graveyard, I wanted to check out what the Alliance had to offer. So we get the Alliance side of the story for Sewer Wars and another sassy stare down. I then headed off with Jaina to try and get some backup, I guess, from her dear mum. And we end up in prison. Perfect. So we bust out Sparrow style and make our way to Tortuga, with everything equipped down to thugs and wenches. Oh, and I was really digging the music. I then went and acquired some info about Davy Jones nearby, then jumped on my trusty goat Henry. G'day. And headed north to Stormsong Valley. Now straight out of the gate, I love the look of this zone. I get the Mr. Pandaria vibe mixed with Whatlick. Yeah, whatever. So Henry and I adventure forward fighting abusive, hefty-sized men, animals, piggy people, and the Horde. My trusty steed and I continue to explore the zone, punching things, picking herbs, and generally having a grand old time. We then head... So I jumped back onto my Warlock and made my way back to Wakanda, as being so close to max level, I was itching to see what the endgame content had in store for me. Plus I needed him for max level for a future video. The size of the temple was starting to annoy me somewhat, but I persevered. A short while later, after chasing around some Wakandian children and some Jurassic Park level content, I could taste it. The bar was so close. Then finally, I was home. Now, I could go into all the tiny details and changes I had noticed, like the new spell animations, casting animations, this head tracking mechanic, and a multitude of other things, but I'll leave it here. I have to say, I am honestly having a blast with Battle for Azeroth. But that could just be the fact the last patch I played was 6.2. Either way, I like it. All in all, I am so happy to be home. It felt great having friends whisper me once I'd actually logged on, giving me warm welcomes, and being able to share my love for this online world with you all once again is beyond words. Also, damn, Classic is like, holy shit. I have so many stories from my vanilla days, but that's a tale for another time. Thank you so much for watching my video today, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. I'd love to hear any tales you may have had with the BFA thus far, so feel free to wall of text me in the comments below, and fingering the like button is greatly appreciated. I guess there is actually one more thing. What side have I chosen to fight for? Well, it's obvious.